Hi there.
Hi, congratulations on completing day one of DAVSC, Disciplined Agile Value Stream Consulting Program.
Thank you very much.
I'm keen to understand what has made you decide that you want to do DAVSC program, and what have you learned in this first day? What are your key takeaways? What you are going to start applying? And if you bump up into one of your friend or colleague, and that person asks you, okay, what is this value stream consultant? How will you summarize this? So I'm quite keen to understand from your perspective as a participant, as a emerging, aspiring value stream consultant. What are your thoughts after day one?
Yeah, well, thank you, Sandy. It's one where I did actually have a conversation with a head of a digital department on Friday um, around disciplined agile, and it's not um, a flavour of agile that he's had any involvement with. It's one where he's been very scrum and not in the scaled agile. So this was quite an interesting topic, and I gave a very brief summary, and I used that to frame the key areas that I think was covered on day one. So moving from left to right, so the relevance of having a disciplined agile value stream consultant is that key addition when you're scaling up. So again, it's when you have the need and want to be more immersed in agile beyond a small team. And then sort of that led very much onto how that happens is about that sort of leveraging the combination of lean and agile. And again, it's that bit where I think that gave it real traction because again, it's got some really strong foundations, allowing that to maximise the flow of value whilst minimising waste. And again, that's a very quick one to sort of resonate with most audiences. And then looking at the how, and that's the collaboration. It's a very pragmatic approach to scaling agile. It's working close with stakeholders at all levels. So again, being enterprise aware and taking a lot of the strategic elements of an organisation, getting those initiatives, facilitating the continuous improvement. I like the guided element of that. But it's really baking in about the culture, so fostering that culture of experimentation and learning within an organisation. And again, I'll touch on the culture element in the next slide. And lastly, how does that happen? It's focusing on the end-to-end value delivery. So that this key role enables organisations to adapt rapidly to changing demands. It's enhancing the customer satisfaction, but doing that in a sustainable way to maintain that sort of competitive advantage. So that's how I would pitch that to Jeff again, if we were to have that conversation on Friday to say, and what did the digital disciplined agile value stream consultant, what did that bring? More to your sort of awareness. So that's where I'll go with on sort of day one. Day two,
Awesome.
I might tweak that and sort of expand on it, but certainly on day one, that was sort of my executive summary.
Fantastic, fantastic. You have actually spoken about what is at the heart of Disciplined Agile. It's all about understanding how you can optimize, streamline your value streams to deliver best value sooner without compromising on quality at a sustainable pace. And value stream consultant plays crucial role when it comes to applying lean, flow, agile, and theory of constraint, all those practices, principles in the wider organizational context. Awesome.
Fantastic. And then moving on to my 3 takeaways from yesterday. Change behaviours, not culture. Again, it's something that you know and you sort of understand, and sort of, I did my MBA, and it's one of those where organisational behaviours, it's a big part of how you understand teams, individuals, leadership, how it all hangs together. But it really resonated yesterday, and that there's a lot of processes, systems, and behaviours, and changing behaviours really does give you that sort of traction. The next one was probably the clarity around minimum business iteration versus minimum viable product, and how they can be used and when they should be used. I think that was really good. It helped give me a little bit more visibility in how I would pitch that to someone looking at Disciplined Agile, to say how that would be a differentiator, but how they would immediately look to then get their first MBI to get some output to an existing set of challenges or problems that they have, not looking at sort of going out for an MVP. An MBI would give them that immediate bit of output that would allow them to test and understand if that works or if they need to tweak that. And the last one, again, we talk about all these great initiatives, we look at different philosophies and stuff like that, but it begins and ends with the customer. And I think you do get drawn towards concepts, approaches, some processes that you might think of it, but it always comes back to the customer, and that's an internal customer or an external customer. But if that's not at the heart of it, then you're not working on the right thing. So again, that was it helped me get grounded again.
Spot on, spot on. I like the different elements of this valuation consultant program which you have touched. First one is changing culture is always going to be an uphill task. You can't expect miracles to happen within 1 month, 2 months, 6 months. It takes a lot of patience, perseverance, and determination. So best approach, if you want to change culture, start focusing on processes, systems, and behavior. And behaviors are those which are easy to change if you have got leadership support and inclusive work environment. MBI, minimum business increment, one of the amazing concept when it comes to delivering value to customer. Treat MBI as currency of delivery, and then leverage that to drive collaboration across business and implementation team or technology teams. And of course, when you talk about value stream is not identified by who is part of it. Value stream is identified by who is your customer and what is considered as the most important value by that customer. So it starts and ends with the customer. Fantastic. Now I'm keen to understand what 3 things you would love to implement at your workplace.
So I took sort of, because I'm sort of I've completed my last sort of engagement, and I'm then getting ready to begin my next engagement. So I tried to use this as an opportunity, and I think we spoke about maybe more of an action plan. And so for the first 30 days, active listening, it's one where I mentor a few different people that I've worked with in different organisations, and I do recognise that I will fill a room with noise and happily talk away, and I need to be a more active listener. So again, I'm going to immediately employ that more. Sitting past the exam, I think that's going to be sort of very high on my priority list. But also mapping out and creating an MBI for a known business problem. So again, the colleague that I was speaking on Friday, they do have some organisational changes that some people have gone on an agile course and come back and want to change the world without actually having the foundations there. So again, I think I've identified a known business problem and would like to work that through. So that's the first thing I'm going to do in the first 30 days. Next 60 days, again, there's a collection of books. Certainly I'm going to read at least one of those. And again, personal development, it's every day is a school day. So I'll definitely be looking to sort of embrace and enjoy that. But because I do have my own consultancy, I would like to explore that sort of JIRA board structure to be able to provide from an executive level, sort of business, strategic strategy, probably tying in some OKRs to then flow that through each of the different value stream touch points to then say, like, how do you see that from inception through to delivery? And then more long-term, sort of 90 days, I would like to be able to create that demo conceptually to articulate what a disciplined agile value stream consultant would be able to bring, and using that known business problem from my first 30 days, use that as a foundation to give a working example.
Great. Awesome. Thank you so much, Rob, for sharing your experience. And I'm sure that a lot of people who are thinking about advancing career in a value stream consultancy space are going to benefit by listening to what you have shared as your personal experience. Thanks again, and wish you good luck.
Take care.